Hey everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back if you're not. So for today's video I'm doing a tutorial on this look, which is inspired by Diane Guerrero's makeup that she wore for the SAG Awards 2017. I thought it was a beautiful look and I wanted to do my own version on myself. So I hope you like the look and I hope you enjoy. So I'm starting off with my brows and I'm using Anastasia's Brow Wiz in medium brown. Now Diane's brows are a lot straighter and fuller than mine, so I thickened my brows a little bit and attempted to kind of soften the arch and make them just a little bit straighter, even though they won't be exactly like hers. But I'll just do the best I can. And then at the front of the brow, most of the product is at the bottom of the brow, and then I'm just doing a few upward strokes to mimic hers. And then once I'm happy with the general shape, I'll run through it with a spoolie to soften all of that product and to make them look more natural. And then it's just a case of adding product, brushing it through and repeating until you're happy. As a base for my eyeshadows, I'm just taking my ring finger and applying some of MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot. The first shade I'm taking is Naked from Urban Decay, and I'm applying that as my transition shade, so that's going above the crease and blending out. I then just took a little bit of Buck from the same palette and used that to deepen it slightly and make it a little bit darker. For my crease colour, I took a cool medium dark brown from the Morphe 350 palette. I concentrated that on the outer half of the crease and blended it out, just mainly in the outer half to lift up the edge of the eye. Going back to Buck on a flat shader brush, I applied that to the outer half of the lid and also the outer half of the lower lash line. I then took Sin from Urban Decay, again on a flat shader brush, and popped that into the inner corner as my highlight. And then something that I thought was a little bit interesting with Diane's look was that her makeup artist Maria extended that inner corner highlight into the lower lash line, just in the inner half, and it opened up the eye a little bit, and I thought it was just a lovely subtle trick. For the lid then, I took this super shiny shade from the Morphe 350 palette and applied that to mainly the inner half of the lid and blending it into the Buck on the outer half. I popped this nude pencil from Rimmel into the lower waterline, again to open up the eye. And then for my liner, I'm using Inglot's Gel 77 and just lining my top lash line. I then took Urban Decay's Crave, which is a matte black, on an angle brush and used that to soften the edges of that liner. And then I'm just curling my lashes and applying mascara to my top and bottom lashes. Then for falsies, from what I could see from the picture, if I had to guess, I would say that Diane was wearing a full strip and then also a corner lash on top of that. Or else she just has amazing natural lashes and was just wearing a corner lash. Now I definitely don't have amazing lashes, so I'm applying this wispy set of lashes from Eye Candy. And then I'm applying some corner lashes, which were a full set of 30 ends from Inglot, but I've cut them down to just corners. Now onto the face, so I'm contouring my forehead here, but it doesn't seem that Diane does, as she has a much smaller forehead than I do, so she doesn't need to. And what she did have contoured in her cheeks was quite minimal and was using a cool tone, so I'm using the shade Sculpt from the NYX contour palette. And today I was having a little bit of trouble with my foundation. It just wasn't sitting right on me, and I found that the contour was going quite patchy, so I was blending an awful lot and I ended up adding too much contour. So you'll see that after I do my nose contour, I bake a little bit just to clean up the underneath. So again, this baking here is just a corrective measure for me. It wouldn't be part of the actual look, but I just wanted to explain it so you know why I did what I did and what's on my face. For highlight, I'm using Soft Light, again from the NYX contour palette, which is a matte highlight. There weren't a huge amount of pictures of Diane's makeup, but from what I could see there wasn't much shimmer. It seemed to be a matte highlight. So I've applied that down the centre of the face, under the eyes and up onto the cheekbone. Okay, so here I'm just brushing away the baking powder, and by the way, I made a huge mistake and I wasn't thinking, and I baked with Makeup Forever's HD powder, thinking to myself, oh, I haven't tried this to bake with yet, and then not thinking of why I haven't tried it. And as many of you know, it causes huge flashbacks, so a lot of the pictures that I took with flash were terrible. For blush, she appeared to have a nice pale pink blush, so I'm using Dandelion from Benefit. I'm applying that to the apple of the cheek and blending backwards in a sideways motion. Okay, so finally onto the lip. Now I had to do kind of a cocktail mixture of things because I found that I didn't have a nice orange toned red, but if you do, go ahead and use that. I first started off by using a red lip liner as a base all over. This one is the Nano lip liner from Sephora in Real Red. I then blotted that and went over with an orangey toned lipstick. Now what I was using was Inglot's 108, which I found was too browny orange, so I ended up going over with a matte orange eyeshadow, which was Rule from MAC, and this served to make it more orangey but also to mattify the lip because Diane's lipstick was a matte lipstick. And finally, I almost forgot, but we're just adding a little beauty mark with our brow pencil. Now Diane's is actually placed a little bit higher and a little bit more to the side, but I actually had a blemish right there, so I was just concealing it as a beauty mark, which is a handy trick to use. And that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give a thumbs up by clicking the like button that's down below. As always, I'll have a link to my blog post in the top line of the description box where you'll find a full product list and more pictures of the look. So thanks so much again, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!